Hello friends, and welcome back. Today's going to be a very different video. I would like to talk a little bit about how to actually have an effective practice on the tabla. Now, this is going to change from person to person because this can be a very, very individual thing. Something that is important though to know is that you have some sort of consistency in your practice, and that can come to 3 or 4 things. The first thing would be to always start with a warm-up. Now, your warm-up can be really anything that gets your hands moving. It can be practicing just the bowls or just touching the tabla, tuning your tabla, of course. Having a cyclic warm-up. There's 2 that I actually like. The first one is very, very simple, and it starts to go up, not in speed, but in division. I like to play Teentaal and actually warm up my left hand baya. Right hand stays the same, and you always play this with metronome, but for now I'm just going to show you without. Da, din, din, da, nice and slow. Da, din, din, da, da, tin, tin, na, na, din, din, da. Next level. Daga, diga, diga, daga, daga, diga, diga, daga, daga, tika, tika, taka, taka, diga, diga, da, triplet. Daga, ga, diga, ga, diga, ga, daga, ga, daga, ga, diga, ga, diga, ga, daga, ga, daga, ga, tika, ka, taka, ka, taka, ka, diga, ga, da. Next. Daga, ga, ga, diga, ga, diga, ga, daga, ga, daga, ga, diga, ga, di. Daga, ga, daga, ga, tika, ka, tika, ka, taka, ka, taka, ka, diga, ga, diga, ga, daga, ga. So you see, we're always modulating up in the baya, and it gets your hands moving. And always do succession, never the same finger. With metronome. Din, din, da, da. Double. Triplet. Four. Five. Now it's important to start this one very slow because you can go all the way up to 8, 9, 10 if you want, depending on how good you get at this. But you'll see after playing this a couple of times, you will start to feel your hands moving and warming up. And especially on the baya, because the baya is something that we kind of consistently don't pay that too much attention to, if that makes sense. And so it's important to get that moving as well. Now, something I like to do after that is then to move to double. So after we're and then do the same thing again. Important also to know that you can practice gamak, your voicing on the baya. So you don't have to always play. You can play. I leave that up to you. Now the next thing I like to play is something that's very popular. Everyone probably knows this. Da terikita taka, da terikita taka, da terikita taka, da terikita taka, taka terikita taka, taka terikita taka, taka terikita taka, taka terikita taka, dededekita taka, dededekita taka, dededekita taka, dededekita taka, dina kita taka, dina kita taka, dina kita taka, dina kita taka. Now, don't worry about the cycle, but what you want to do is to play 4 of each, then the next time around play 3, then next time around 2, then 1. That whole thing is one cycle. Count how many times you do that. See if you can do 10 or 15 or 20 or 50 without stopping. Always with metronome. Here's a quick example. Now after your warm-up, choose a composition that is a kaida and do the same cyclic counting of the theme over and over. See if you can play the theme at a nice tempo, not too slow, not too fast. Something that pushes you a tiny bit, but nothing too fast. A great one is da tete da tete da da tete da ge tu na ke na ta tete ta tete ta ta tete da ge di na ge na with metronome. And when you're practicing, you should always play it at a speed where you can focus on the clarity, right? So you're not, you want to metronome. You should always be playing with metronome. But once you get that to a nice comfortable level where you're very confident and all the bowls sound and feel consistent, you go a tiny bit faster. But when I say a tiny bit, I mean 3, maybe 4 clicks faster, not double speed. This is how you build up not just your speed, but your consistency at any speed. Something you'll notice that when you're practicing any composition that you might have a weak spot. Now if your weak spot is da te te da, then that's what you practice over and over. Da te te da, da te te da. If it's da te, if it's te te da. See, so when you're practicing, it can be a fun process, but really at heart, it is trying to get better at the things that you're not comfortable with. That is what will help you get to a better level in your playing. After you're comfortable with the theme, play some variations. Do the same exact thing with the variations. Once you're finished with your variations, you don't have to do that many, maybe 1 or 2 or 3 variations. Because look, we're not trying to practice as much as possible, we're trying to practice as efficiently as possible. Now, when you want to practice efficiently, it's important that you're focusing on just a few things. Because if there's too many things in there, you're not going to give them the focus that they need. After that, play T-high. Practice the same thing with the T-high. See if you can see where the beats fall on the T-high. See if you're actually playing in tempo correctly with the T-high, or if you're just guessing. The third thing is to choose a fixed composition, a gut or a tukra or a chakrada. Same exact thing. So far you'll notice a trend. We warmed up with one thing, we chose one kaida and we explored it for a while. We're choosing one gut or tukra and we're exploring it for a while. Then the last thing to do is to play something that you love and you have fun with. It could be a kaida that you're much more advanced at, or something that just feels good in your hands, right? Thank you for joining me on this. If you like these videos, please consider subscribing and joining our Patreon in the link in the description. Also, I will be posting the outline of how to practice everything that I showed you here in the description. Thanks.